Guys, it's Wednesday. I've finally been able to see 5 of the 6 shows that are here. I did say last week that I wanted to talk about Mockingbird, which I'm actually going to see after I film this. I'm going to see it again because I love it, and seeing Scapan made me really want to see Mockingbird again. But I think I'm going to hold off on that. I have reviews written for Mockingbird and Scapan. I haven't written one for Les Mis yet because I feel a little weird about it. I will say that right now my favorite shows out of the 5 that I've seen, ranking in order: To Kill a Mockingbird, Scapan, Titus Andronicus, Les Mis, and Mary Stuart. Now, stop talking about Utah. Sam, your question about how social media should connect audiences and performances, I think it's a really useful and a really good tool to be used, not necessarily during performances like tweet tweets like we've talked about before, but to get people aware about shows and aware about what's happening. I think social media can be a really excellent tool for that because everybody loves to see the other side of the performance, regardless of whether they're technicians or not. Like this morning during my work call, I saw like 4 or 5 tour groups go through, and it's really interesting to me to see how amazed people are about how we do things, about the pit, curtained off, because this space is not meant for musicals, but a makeshift pit curtained off. The crash box, they were all really amused and amazed by the crash box, which I just find really interesting. Like, it's a crash box, it's a box filled with glass things that you throw. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but to other people, I think it is a really, getting a chance to see that really helps them feel like they're a part of everything and that they know something that maybe other people don't. So I think social media is a really good way to give people an access to a backstage look at things and to hear from company members, which I think always, I mean, regardless of the fact that they're with the company, of course, they're gonna say nice things about it. But I think it's good to see what people in the company, how they feel about everything, and seeing how things get made in the backstage part. And you know, even changeover here, they do, I think twice a week, they do repertory magic. People get to pay $7 and sit and watch changeover happen. And, you know, I think that's really cool. And that's something that social media can help portray, you know, outside of the theater, so they get to see that, and then maybe that draws them in to come see the show. It certainly would draw me. I mean, watching one of their changeovers from here on their website, I thought, that's cool, you know. So I don't know, I think social media is a really good tool and a really important tool that theaters need to be using to get the word out. Like, even, I mean, the student-run theater that I worked for, the Warehouse, which you guys have heard plenty about, we started using Twitter a little bit to get people to come into our work calls even. Not that it really worked, because if people don't want to come help, they're not going to come help. But, you know, that also was a good way to get the word out. Hey, we need help doing this. Come help us. So I think it's useful in many ways. And I think it's something that people need to be more aware of in theater. Theater can be so set in its ways, and older people who aren't as exposed to that can be defensive about it and apprehensive about it, not sure what to do with it. but I think it's a really good tool to learn how to use and to teach people how to use in the right ways that will help bring in a bigger audience and a more educated audience, an audience that really cares about what you're doing. It's an important thing. I think it's good that we're talking about it again, and in a different context, because last time we talked about social media, it was tweet-seats. But I think talking about how it can help is a good thing. So, yeah. Lisa, I don't know if you've posted, but if you haven't, we'll see you soon, hopefully. If she has, Kevin, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.